sports coverage of the National Football League. Brings us to Indianapolis, Indiana, where they fire up the crowd with the striking of the anvil as it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. On the Dolphins sideline, Mike McDaniel at 42 in his 4th season now as the Miami head coach. On the other side, it is the head coach for Indianapolis. His team looking for a spark, hoping their fans will give it to them here at home as we are set to go.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Miami offense set to go, led by 27-year-old Tua Tagovailoa. Greg, hard to believe, 6th season as the Dolphins quarterback.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves, thinking, new season, new opportunity. And I still do this at a high level. And, man, you get through that first game, and it feels like people finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. There's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
2nd and 10. Hill brought in motion. On 2nd down, here's Tagovailoa. That one into the hands of Hill. He's going to be marked down up around the 33. First catch. And it results in a first down.
And the Dolphin first down.
They'll bring Waller in motion here. In trouble, and down he goes. The Michigan man, Quiddy Hay. He's into the sack column early in the season. A sack on this opening drive.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. This offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
In motion, Westbrook-Ikhine. Tua gonna throw. That's caught downfield by Waddle. And they will finally get to him, but I think even he knows this one is coming back. Austin Jackson, the former first-rounder, guilty there. A shotgun snap for Tua. That is caught left side by Waddle. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Out come the Colts, and they are led by their big quarterback who's trying to find his way in the NFL. Year 3 for Anthony Richardson out of Florida.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week 1 of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, debate, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be following alongside you.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Got it. Ready? From the 33, here's 2nd down and 9.
Get up. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Out of shotgun, Richardson. Oh, fine work there defensively. Got that hand in there. That pass is incomplete.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down. Really nice play.
Ready? Pat the 60, pat the 60.
From the gun, Richardson. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. So, on 4th down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. A dangerous Tyreek Hill is deep for Miami. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. So, Greg, you look at these Dolphins 2 years ago, felt like it was going in the right direction, but last year, 8-9, 5 games behind Buffalo in the AFC. It feels like an important season for everyone with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things Mike McDaniel has to start to realize, Mike, is does their regular season philosophy and identity, does that carry over when they have to go up north to Buffalo and some of these northern cities in the playoffs? And we've seen over the last couple of years, whether it was in Kansas City or when they go up north to Buffalo at the end, that high-flying, open, widespread speed attack has some struggles. They need Tua to stay healthy. They need him to continue to develop and improve the talent around him. And then Mike McDaniel has to do a great job with his staff finding an identity that's not only good in the regular season, but when they make the playoffs, it travels. Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And
under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Pretty bang. What a way to kick off the new year. 2 sacks in the first half of the opener.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack. And we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
They'll run here. This is Devon Achane. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
These are tough situations. You want to stay out of 2nd and real long. You figure it's going to be a pass, but this is a nice changeup by the play caller. He keeps the ball on the ground, picks up a good gain, and now this 3rd down got a whole lot more manageable.
Tua now on 3rd down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
A gain of 21 yards.
It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
That one not disguised too well. He'll get back to the line. That's it.
Take him down.
Well, you could tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
Here's 2 and out on 2nd down. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Waller. And it'll be 3rd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Touchdown, Miami. Jason Sanders.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. So here come the Colts. Greg, they're just kind of in the middle. They're 8-9 last year, behind Houston a couple of games in the division. The last 2 years, it felt like Indy's got a chance, but they just don't have enough to get to that next level. It's an important season for the Colts all the way around.
It is, and you mentioned the 8-9 record, Mike, and what really concerns me is not necessarily the record. We always have to look at the context. You're 8-9, but in a division that's, let's be honest, it's not the strongest division in the league. So as that division continues to get better, does Houston get back to their way from a couple years ago? And all of a sudden now, there's a lot less wins on the schedule. So Anthony Richardson, does he now step up and really be the franchise quarterback he was drafted to be? Is it Daniel Jones? Does he kind of have a rebirth now in the Shane Steichen offense and kind of capture some of the magic we saw at times with the Giants? So I think there's a lot of unanswered questions. This is a big year for this Colts team. Take advantage of a down division, win the division, compete for the division, and I think they'll quiet down some of the concern around Indianapolis.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete. Tyler Warren, the man he was looking for there.
3rd down and
3rd down coming up.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the 1st down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson going up top to the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
Wow, but this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth. He certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump, makes a great break on the ball. If that ball hits his hands more times than not, it's going to be a take.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. The Dolphins in possession of the football. We begin the 2nd quarter, 2nd and 5, as we are ready to get back underway. They'll bring Waller in motion here. They'll fake the handoff. Now. So first the decision to throw down here, backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have a clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Jawan Bentley there on the tackle.
A 2-yard
Second
gain
and 7.
brings up second down at the 33-yard line.
Richardson to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Third down and 7.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
What can they do here on third down and 7?
18, 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Now Richardson. Open man, right side. He's got it. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Come on, come on. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready, ready.
They'll go play action. It's Richardson. A throw on the move is caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up
Ball
second
right
and 3
on the 50-yard line. Here's second down and 3.
Here we go, set. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Richardson will give it to Taylor. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. That's good for a Colts first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Catch made, that's Pittman. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 3.
From the 34-yard line. Here's second and 6.
Cougar 19.
Here's Richardson. Short one, and it's caught by Warren. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Richardson to throw it here on first down. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
From the 23, here's second down and 7. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. He's got it at about the 8. And with a first and goal, he is down inside the 10-yard line.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
They'll run here with Taylor. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
Brought down by Cater Kohu. It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now Richardson. A throw there on second down. Going to be incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
That's hauled in at the 2.
Richardson's pass.
Really nice job there, staying calm in the midst of chaos. And what that completion does, it puts them in a much more favorable situation here on 4th down. If I'm them, you know what I'm doing. I'm leaving my offense on the field. I'm trying to end this drive with 6.
Lots of big people. Jumbo set in the game as they go for it on 4th and goal. They'll go with the sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Colts. Greg, I wasn't so certain about leaving the offense out there, but they did, and it paid off with a touchdown.
And I love it, Mike. I think we're starting to see this more and more often in today's NFL. Take advantage of field position. Put the trust in your offense. It's exactly what their head coach does here, and certainly pays off.
The kick is good. Makes the score Colts 9, Dolphins 7. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he is stopped. The 25. The drive will begin there. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. Greg, this AFC East, a division that really has been dominated by the Bills. The 5 straight division titles. It's hard to see who can knock them off that perch right now.
Yeah, and I think until someone decides that that's going to change, I think you just have to assume that Buffalo remains the king of the East. And I think when you look at the bottom of the division with the Jets and New England, they're clearly in a rebuild. Quarterback and coaching staff trying to kind of get themselves out of the bottom of the division. Miami seems to me, I don't know if they're ready to compete necessarily with Buffalo directly, but Miami is a playoff caliber roster, a playoff caliber team. They've showed it in years past. So if anybody's ready to compete, I think it's Miami.
And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down. And now you hold your breath when you see this. That's Tua, who's in some obvious discomfort. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Throwing is Wilson. That's taken in by Achane. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Dolphins first down.
A gain of 13
Really
yards.
nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Play action. It's Wilson. That's complete. It's Waddle. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
First down.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
2 and out on first down. That's to Waddle again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. To the air again, Tunga Bailoa. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
3rd and inches. They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. Oh, he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. Gonna depend on the spot, but it looks like he is short. So on fourth down, the Dolphins turn to Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This will be a 46-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Richardson. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Matthew Judon taking him down for the first sack of this new campaign. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half.
Ready, set.
A second down throw for Richardson. Plus to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. And instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Colts offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. Greg, when you look at the AFC South, there's an appreciation for what the Houston Texans have done. A couple of different quarterbacks, a couple of different head coaches. They've really been the team over the last several years that has been the team to beat in this division. And for the others, there's been moments. The question is, what pieces can they put together to try to knock Houston off the top?
Yeah, and you know, nobody wants to be in a league, right, Mike? Your coach got fired probably for a reason. You're drafted at the top of the draft order for a reason. Typically means things didn't go great. But if you're going to rebuild, I'll tell you, you want to do it in a division where there's a lot of wins on your schedule, and that's certainly the AFC South over the last couple years. So as bad as things feel if you're Jacksonville and Tennessee, the fact that there's not a big dog in your division, your ability to find yourself climbing up the ladder is not as far as away as it might seem in the moment.
And Greg, I've heard you say a bunch of times, if you have a quarterback, you have a chance. Well, both of the teams at the bottom of the division last year, Jacksonville and Tennessee, they've got #1 overall picks as their quarterbacks. One who's been around for a bit in Trevor Lawrence and one who's recently been drafted in Cam Ward. They have to be #1 overall pick performers for these teams to come challenge at the top.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And with Trevor Lawrence, Mike, we've seen him play top-tier #1 overall, got a big new contract. I mean, we've seen him play franchise quarterback level ball. It just hasn't been frequent enough. And then, of course, in Tennessee with Cam Ward, we're not sure what it's going to look like, but we knew in college he was incredible. So if they get the Cam Ward we saw last year at Miami, if he brings that culture-changing presence on and off the field in that locker room to Tennessee, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jacksonville and Tennessee higher up that list.
And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Still 1st down.
Ready?
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. That is Bradley Chubb. Tough to stop. He comes up with the sack.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
On 2nd down, Richardson. Hit as As he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. From the gun, Richardson. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. The Colts about set to punt, as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. It's a short kick. Fair catch is called for, and they're going to be in business with a short field to work. The Dolphins offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams. But I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run. He can still make every catch. He can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua in that.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. DeForest Buckner. He works his way in to record the second sack of his young career.
Third and long.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Now a screen set up for Achane. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up fourth down.
Still third down.
The penalty helps a bit, but it's still third and long. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He gets it to the rangy tight end, Waller. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. That is well done there, converting on third and 15. They'll come up here, first and 10. They'll bring Waller in motion here. Tua will give it to Achane. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. Brings up second down.
Once again, it's Achane. And the Dolphins are going to have it first and goal. He'll take this one down to about the 3-yard line.
First and goal, Miami.
He'll try to run this one in. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal?
Here's Tagovailoa. Flush to his right.
Great job in the coverage here. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. He decides to tuck it and turn into a runner. They get to him quickly. Picks up a couple yards, but not enough now. Brings up third down.
Third and goal. Now it's Tua. And that is incomplete.
Down this close, third and goal. I think that's a really good decision. Give your coach the ability to make a decision on fourth down. Do you take the points, or do you keep your offense out there and go for 6?
Jason Sanders on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good.
Makes the score Dolphins
And the
13.
Dolphins will extend their third quarter lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense, settling for too many field goals.
Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off and I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I am so happy, Greg, because it just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, you know, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped anyone. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten to stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field, a lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come overtime.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. Room to maneuver at the 35. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10. Fourth quarter commences. It's a run by Taylor. Not much happening there. Just a short game.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Richardson. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. It's a big play when they needed it the most. It's a gain of 34.
34 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
The RPO. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And I think he was able to get it back. Yes, he was. That was so nearly the turnover the defense needed. They couldn't get it in time. Third and long. Here's Tua. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he's going to be out of bounds. He is well shy where he needed to get to. It'll bring up fourth down. It's going to be fielded back at the 5. Nowhere to run that time. Punt team got down there quickly, and they're going to stop him back inside the 10-yard line. On play action, Richardson trying the left side and caught by Pittman.
Complete to Michael Pittman. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second.
He'll come up here on second down and 5.
15-yard line.
Throwing, Richardson. Pass right side to down. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll go play action. It's Richardson. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact. And really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
On second and 10, it's Richardson. That one complete to Pierce. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout.
Colts. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A run with the former K-State product, DJ Gidden. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's second down.
Up second and 9.
Richardson completing this one to Downs. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now give on the ground. And this tackle there, he pushes forward. That'll give him 4 yards.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now.
Down.
Here's second and 5. Here's Richardson. That's pump. DJ Gidden. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
7-yard gain.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
They'll turn and hand this one on. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. They'll stay on the ground. Not much there, maybe a yard. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. They'll come up for 2nd and 9. Richardson to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Now Richardson. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. The Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
When you think back to the first half, Mike, just how well he threw the ball, and you thought maybe this defense would come up with some answers in the second half to slow him down, but so far that has proven to not be the case.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here we go, 1st and goal. They'll run here. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
Brought down behind the line.
Their ground game ends up failing at the exact moment, Mike, where they're needed the most. 1 yard to the goal line, that's prime opportunity. Finish the drive, take the lead, but instead, they don't see it.
And he's close to the goal line, but didn't get in. Good job to make sure he doesn't cross the plane, and now it's 3rd and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1 yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard now?
And he will drive his way into the end zone. Anthony Richardson, touchdown, Indy. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game.
Dolphins 13. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Dolphins offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's caught by Hill. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. They come up for 2nd and 2. In motion, it's Waddle. A shotgun snap for Tua. This one caught by Waller. And he's out of bounds with a first down, so they get a new set of downs. Just as importantly, stop the clock.
First down, Dolphins.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get you.
Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the fourth. Now on second and long. From the gun, here's Tua. He'll get this complete. Nick Westbrook-Akine. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's taken in by Achane. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
They'll run up and clock it a little over 30 seconds, all that is left. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Here's 2. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
A loss of 8 yards. And it's 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. This is caught. He's got a long way to go. And this is not going to do it. The defense comes through here in the final minute, and it may just be enough to get them a victory.
And what a stop by this defense. They know the opposing offense has to go for it right now. There's not enough time for them to get the ball back and get another crack at it. They're trying to get in field goal range, and what a 4th down stop to all but end this game.
So it's a win for the Colts. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the new campaign. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts, winners here in the Circle City, as we say so long from Indianapolis.